YouTube channel Education Troopers. Myself Ruchi Sharma. So class 9th, I hope you all are able to give time to your studies, as it is a time for you to turn this lockdown period to an opportunity by mastering some important topics with me. So let's start with today's topic. Let's start states of matter. And I'm sure you are familiar with the three states of matter. But now, as you can see, there are 5 states of matter. Fourth and fifth states of matter have been discovered recently. And researches are going on these states of matter. So in this video, we will focus 3 main states of matter: solid, liquid and gaseous state. And I'll surely make a video for 4th and 5th states of matter separately. And that video will help you to qualify Olympiad exam. So we are gonna compare 3 states of matter in a more scientific way on the basis of these properties, like arrangement of particle, shape and volume, interparticle space, interparticle force of attraction, compressibility, rigidity or fluidity, kinetic energy or diffusion, these are interrelated terms, and finally density. Now we can differentiate solid, liquid and gases on the basis of the first property, arrangement of particle. As you have seen in my previous video of this chapter, that I told you that the matter is made up of tiny particles. And how they are arranged, we can compare solid, liquid and gases on the basis of arrangement of those particles. So I have drawn few figures to visualize the arrangement of particles. As you can see in this picture, they are very near to each other. They are very close to each other. They are far away from each other as compared to solid. And they are very far away from each other in gaseous state. So we can say the arrangement of particles are closely packed, less closely packed than solid, and loosely packed. Now take the second property, interparticle space. First you should know what is interparticle space. Space, it means the space between the particle. So as you can see in these pictures, the same picture, you can compare on the basis of this property also. As you can see, the particles are very close to each other, so they are not having much space. Even you can consider negligible space. And in this, they are having more space in compared to solid. And they are very far away from each other, so the interparticle space are more, very much in compared to solid and liquid. So you can compare in this way on the basis of interparticle space. Now fourth property, interparticle force of attraction. Now we should know about the interparticle force of attraction. Again, the attraction force between the particle. As you all are aware that states of matter are having tiny particles. So there are force of attraction between the particles. So that attraction force is known as interparticle force of attraction. So we can differentiate between solid, liquid and gas on the basis of this force of attraction. So first you should know the relationship between force of attraction and interparticle space. That is the reciprocal relationship between force of attraction and interparticle space. Reciprocal relationship means then one will increase, then other will decrease. If more force of attraction is there, then less interparticle space. So if you recall this arrangement of particle in solid, liquid and gas, then the interparticle space is very, very less. So if the interparticle space is very, very less, then the attraction force will be more, because the relationship between, reciprocal relationship in between both. In liquid state, a little more space in compared to solid. So the interparticle force, less interparticle force in compared to solid. And in gas, they are having more space, so least force of attraction. Because if the more space is there, then force of attraction will be less, or least force of attraction in gaseous state. Now come to the compressibility. Compressibility is what? First, you should know the definition of compressibility. The property by which we can decrease the volume of the substance by applying pressure. Means if you apply pressure, then the volume will be decreased. Volume should be increased. So if you press any solid, if you take this solid and if I want to press it, then I am not able to press it, because as you all are aware that, and you can take pen also, if I want to press it, I am not able to press it, because they are having a closed pack of arrangement. They are closely packed of particles, so they don't have space in between, so they cannot be compressed. So they are having least compressibility. We cannot press solid by applying pressure. In liquid, if we take a bottle containing water, so we can press. Now you can see we can little bit press it, because as you all are aware that the liquid states of matter are having more space in compared to solid. So their particle can allow and can decrease the volume by applying pressure. सो अगर हम लिक्विड में प्रेशर अप्लाई करते हैं तो उनके बीच के मॉलिक्यूल में इतनी स्पेस होती है कि दे कैन कम more closer. Clear? They have the capacity so to come closer, but in solid they don't have capacity. उनके पास जगह ही नहीं है कि वो और उससे भी ज़्यादा नियर आ सके. Now in gaseous state they have more space, so if we applying pressure, then their particle can come closer and they allow their particle to come closer. As you can see, this is the empty bottle. If I press it, and I can press it more in compared to that the previous bottle containing water. So you can compare on the basis of compressibility. Cannot be compressed, so means least compressibility. Can be compressed, higher than solid, and highest compressibility because they have more space. Their particle can come closer by applying pressure. Now we are taking the next property, two properties together, shape and volume, and we can differentiate solid, liquid and gases on the basis and of shape and volume. As you can see that we have taken these four objects of solid with different dimensions. This is cube, cuboid, sphere and cylinder. And you can if these any object can if we put this object, this solid object on this table, and after some time it remain in the same shape. And any object you can take. If I take this sketch pen and I put it on the table for some time, and after some time I'll observe they remain same. They remain same. So their shape and volume remains same. And how can you calculate the volume of this figure? This can be calculated by side cube. This is L into B into H, and this is the 4/3 pi r cube, and this is pi r square H. So their dimension will not be changed after putting for some time on the table or anywhere. So these are having, the solid object are having definite shape and volume, you can say. If we discuss the shape and volume in liquid. So now let's take, we have taken this measuring cylinder containing 100 ml of water. We take this tumbler, bottle and again 100 ml beaker also. So now we pour this 100 ml of water. From this volume of the water we have taken 100 ml. Clear? And now this water pour from measuring cylinder to this tumbler. So as you can see, if we poured this water, this 100 ml of water into from measuring cylinder to tumbler, so it can shape this water uh, occupy the shape of this tumbler. Now the shape of the liquid in this container, that is tumbler shape. Now if we pour the same liquid from tumbler to this bottle, so now it take the shape of this bottle. Clear? So now the same liquid keep changing their shape. If we pour the same liquid from one container to other container. And now let's have a look of volume. Now the same water pour from this bottle to this measuring beaker. Now you can see the water volume remains same, that is 100 ml. So you can conclude that liquid have indefinite shape, means they take up the shape of the container where it is poured, but definite volume. After pouring from to different object, the volume of the water remains same. In the measuring cylinder, you have taken initially 100 ml, and at last you can see that 100 ml water you will get. Clear? So indefinite shape and definite volume. Now in gas, you can discuss the on the basis of shape and volume. If the same amount of gas in filled in 50 ml container, and you can fill the same amount of gas in 100 ml container also. So it can occupy each and every corner of this box, 100 ml box, and you can see in 50 ml box. So if the same gas is in 50 ml container, that its volume is 50 ml, and it can it can take the shape of this 50 ml container. This is square or cube. And if the same gas is taken into the 100 ml, so their volume is 100 ml, and the shape is cuboid shape. Take the shape of cuboid. So we can say by observing this activity that the gas are having indefinite shape. वो जिस कंटेनर में जाती है उसी की शेप ले लेती है, और they occupy each and every corner. If you press the perfume bottle, तो अभी तो परफ्यूम छोटी बॉटल में था, लेकिन आपने उसको प्रेस किया तो वो क्या करेगा? They can take up the shape of the whole room, and they can spread each and every corner of the volume of the room. So now its volume will become is equivalent to the volume of the room. So it has indefinite shape and indefinite volume. So this is very important property. Now let's start with kinetic energy. Kinetic energy we can calculate by using the formula K is equal to half mv square. And what is kinetic energy? The energy possessed due to particles motion. अगर कोई particle motion में है तो उसके पास जो energy होगी, that is having kinetic energy. So on the basis of this kinetic energy, we can differentiate solid, liquid and gases. As you all know that solids are having closed packed structure. So their particles have no space to move from one place to another place. So they can vibrate. Clear? So they are having least kinetic energy. They cannot move because they don't have space to move. Clear? Liquid, they have space higher than solid. So their particle can move from to some extent because they have interparticle space in compared to solid. And gases, particles are very far away from each other, so they can move like anything. If you press any gas, then they can move like anything. So they are having highest, their particles are having highest kinetic energy. And the kinetic energy is interrelated with diffusion, because जब काइनेटिक एनर्जी ज़्यादा होगी तो वो एयर पार्टिकल या किसी भी दूसरे पार्टिकल में मूव डिफ्यूज जल्दी से इंटरमिक्स हो जाएगी. सो द काइनेटिक एनर्जी इज इंटर रिलेटेड विद डिफ्यूजन प्रॉपर्टी. अगर काइनेटिक एनर्जी इज लीस्ट, सो डिफ्यूज very slowly. If higher than solid, then diffusion faster than solid. You can recall the example of ink into the water. And now if the gas is having highest kinetic energy, so their particles are having highest energy, so they can diffuse faster, and you can say fastest among all the states of matter. Now let's differentiate on the basis of another property, that is rigidity and fluidity. One thing I would like to highlight, that if the substance have rigidity, so there is no fluidity. If the substance are fluid, then there is no rigidity. So we should know about their definition first. Property, this is the property at which particle remain fixed in their position at room temperature. So by observing this property, we can say that solid can come under this property, because it can remain, any solid particle can remain fixed in their position at room temperature, right? Now fluidity, we can say the property of liquid and gas, because fluidity means the substance which can flow from one place to another place, the substance which can pour from one place to another place. So by observing this property, by explaining this property, we can say that liquid and gas comes under this property fluidity. So that's why we commonly call liquid and gas fluid. Clear? So on the basis of rigidity and fluidity, we can differentiate that solid are most rigid because they remain fixed in their position at room temperature. There is no fluidity, means we cannot, the solid particle cannot be moved from one place to another place because they are having very closed packed structure. Now come to the liquid part. No rigidity, because they can move from one place to another place, because they are having more interparticle space than solid. They are having less interparticle force of attraction in compared to solid, and they are having more kinetic energy in compared to solid. So you can see that all things are interrelated. You can explain anything with the help of any of the quality. So there is no rigidity in liquid but more fluidity. Clear? Gas, no rigidity at all, because they are having more interparticle space in compared to solid and liquid, less interparticle attraction force, but they can move like anything. They can move from one place to another place because they are having highest kinetic energy. So they are having most fluidity. Now on the basis of density, how can we differentiate solid, liquid and gases? So first know about the formula. How can we calculate the density? Density is the ratio of mass upon volume. Ratio of mass and volume. So mass depends upon number of particles. So if the given volume, if the same volume, the particle are more, then mass will be more. So if you see the same figure in solid, liquid and gases, and if you compare the number of particle in solid, liquid and gases in the same volume, clear? So you can see the number of particles are more in compared to liquid and gases. There are 16 particle I have made. There are 6 particle in the given same volume, and there are, I have made 3 particles. So in this way, because the mass depends upon number of particles, so where the mass will be more, where the number of particles are more. Clear? So in this solid, the number of particles are more, then mass will be more. So the ratio of mass or volume will be more. So they are more denser in compared to liquid and gases. And in gas, they are having less number of particles, so mass will be lowest among them. So they are having lowest density. Clear? So now I have covered all three states of matter on the basis of so many important property. Now I would like to discuss some special cases. So first special case is sponges. So sponges is are we able to compress it? Yes, we are able to compress sponges. So is it a solid? Yes, think. I am giving you hint. They have pores in it. Pores means holes in it. So think, what are we compressing really? So the answer is the sponges are having holes in it, as I told you earlier. So air is trapped into that holes which is present in the sponges. So when we press sponges, actually we are not pressing the sponges. We are pressing the air which is present in those holes. So we can conclude that we consider sponges as solid. Otherwise, if there is no air in the hole, then we can't press it. So we consider as a special case, we can consider the sponges as special case, as solid. Now take the another special case, rubber band. It can change its shapes on stretching. Is it a solid? So first you should know about solid. What is solid? The particle of solid remain fixed at normal condition like room temperature. So if you take some rubber band, so you can see the particle of this rubber band remain fixed at normal condition. But when we at it change its shape under specific condition, when we apply pressure on it, when we remove this force, then it regain its shape, normal shape. So we can consider it as a solid because it can change shape under only in specific condition. Otherwise it's normal, it remain fixed at normal condition. So we can consider as sponges as special case, but it is a solid. Now let's take the third important case, special case, pile of sugar and salt crystal. So my question is, when we pour 1 kilogram of sugar or salt from one container to other container, it's pouring like a water, shows fluidity, because if we transfer 1 kilogram of sugar from one container to other container, so it take up the shape of container and it shows fluidity also. It can very much replace from one place to, easily replace from one place to another place. So my question is, do they consider as solid? Yes, we consider sugar as a special case and we consider as solid. So the answer is, if we observe the shape of single crystal, it remain fixed. It shows all the properties of solid. It shows all the properties of solid, that it has definite shape, definite volume, it shows rigidity also. Clear? It has high density also in compared to liquid. So whether so it shows all the properties of solid. If we are talking about the single crystal of salt as well as sugar, so whether we take it into jar or on the table or anywhere, so we can consider as solid. So it's a quiz time for you to check your understanding, what you have learned today. So these are the questions. So please answer these questions in the comment box. If you really find my video useful to you, so please subscribe my channel. Have a nice day. And we will meet again in the next video. Goodbye.